Hello, how you doing, Mike Bradley? I hope you're doing well as always. Guitar strings. Let's talk about them. We all like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan used very, very thick strings, and ever since I was kind of, a teenager, I've, debated about going bigger and bigger and bigger, And I use basically, we all started off on 9's, I'm assuming so anyway, I started off on 9-gauge strings, and then I moved up to 10's, and then on Gibson, that's on like my Fender, scale length guitars. And then on Gibson kind of scale length guitars, I use 11's, because it just feels too slinky, because it's a shorter scale length, yada yada yada. So Fender type guitars, 10's, 11's on kind of Gibson scale length guitars. Now I have often thought about going a little bit bigger on like my Fender type guitars, maybe 11's, because I am left-handed, I should say. I'm a left-handed guy, but I play guitar right-handed. So my stronger arm is on the fretboard, so bending always kind of came easy to me. But I've always thought, do I want to go 11's? Because if I go 11's, then I'm probably going to want to go 12's on the Gibson, and that's getting hardcore now, all right? But the lovely people at Ernie Ball have just come out with a brand new set, the Mega Slinky. And these are basically 10.5. So you got a 10.5 on the first string, 13.5, 17.5, and then it's a 28, 38, and a 48. So this could be a cool little answer to my prayers. Maybe not answer to my prayers, but it'd be very interesting to find out. So, and I also do, 11.5s as well. So if I do end up liking these, I'll probably do 11.5s on the Gibson stuff. But what I thought would be very interesting is that if I take my old trusty Strat, if you're a regular viewer, you would have seen this guitar. I've been playing it since I was 14 years old. With its wobbly knob, it's got a bit of a wobbly volume knob at the moment. But I thought it'd be very interesting if I put a set of 10's on. Now these are the Ernie Ball coated Slinkies. I seem to be out of regular Slinkies, which is annoying. But these are the 10 to 46 regular 10 gauge. I'll play a bit for you. I'll do some chords and a little bit of lead. I'll try and remember what I did. And then I will whack on the 10.5s and do the same thing. And it'll be very interesting to see how it feels, how it sounds. I won't be able to know how it sounds until, I'll be with you guys when I watch this back and seeing how it sounds, in comparing the two. But I thought it'd be very interesting to try out these literally brand new. They came out literally a few days ago, June the 1st. I should say, this is not a sponsored ad. I'm not being paid. You've got to say this now on YouTube. I'm not being paid by Ernie Ball, though they have very kindly sent me these strings to try out. And I thought instead of trying it out privately, I would try them out publicly. Alright? So I'm gonna whack on, let's do the 10's first. Good old 10 gauge. So 10 to 46. These are, like I say, the coated Slinkies. But I'm sure, it might make a little difference, obviously, with it'll be a bit of a smoother feel. But the main thing here I'm going for is how it feels regarding the tension and all that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, this is a Stratocaster, so I expect the bridge will go forward a little bit. I probably won't deal with it now, in case you don't know that. If you ever do have problems when you change your strings, you need to tighten up these two big bolts. That is if you're on a Stratocaster. If you've got basically a floating bridge. If you've got a Floyd, I would just sell the guitar with the Floyd because I can't stand them. So anyway, I don't think you need to see me change strings. So I'm gonna whack on the 10's now, and then I'm gonna feel bad really, like wasting a whole packet of strings, but what are you gonna do? So I'm gonna whack these on now. I'll play a bit for you. And actually, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna whack these on now. I'm gonna play a bit, then I'll whack the 10.5s on and play a bit, and I'll edit it all together so you can hear it next to each other instead of me playing a bit, then talking, and then playing a bit. So good old editing will come in. So anyway, let's start playing some noise. Well, there we go. That was actually quite hard to film, and I'm surrounded by string paper. So at the moment, the 10.5 to 48 are still on, and as I said, the tremolo block has raised quite a bit. I knew that was going to be the case, and I didn't adjust it, so that means also my action is quite a lot higher, and I don't mind you know, a medium to high action, but now this is high. So, you know, trying to do, you know, bending's nice, but when you're trying to play fast, and I'm not really warmed up. So today, filming this is the first time I played guitar all day, so I haven't really had a chance to warm up, so I'm feeling very stiff and tense, you know. And I haven't got much gain on, so it's all down to these. I will say actually I'm using the Ultra Phonix by Vertex. I love this overdrive pedal, a nice kind of, you know, good break-up bluesy rock tone. But what do I think? You definitely can feel a difference. You know, I think once I knock the action down a bit, it'll be kind of a more fairer comparison for myself. Hopefully, I mean, in the room here, I don't know if it's kind of my brain telling me different, but it definitely sounds a little bit thicker, especially when playing chords. Definitely feels a little bit more balls to it. But I'm certainly going to keep it on for a little bit. I'm going to knock the bridge down a bit so that the action isn't quite as jacked up. But at the same time, it makes you play different when the action's a little bit higher, which I kind of like. There I can feel it. I can feel it's so much thicker. So it's amazing, just that kind of 0.5 extra gauge really adds to the feel of the guitar strings. They're nice to play. Like I say, it's the veins are bulging a little bit because my action's a bit higher. Plus the strings are thicker. You know, 48 on the 6th string, that's quite thick. So, Mega Slinky. I like it. I'm gonna keep it on it. Like I said, I'm gonna keep it on there for a bit, and I'm sure I'll be doing some Instagram posts or something. So be sure to check me out on Instagram if you don't follow me on there. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit that bell button and give the video a like. It all helps me. But no, well done, Ernie Ball. When I was changing the strings, I was thinking to myself, God, it's all started from Ernie Ball, wasn't it? You know, from their Slinkies. That's how the electric guitar string kind of started, because Ernie Ball, you know, saw people wanted to have these kind of skinnier strings because they were using banjo strings. You know, James Burton comes to mind. I think he's one of the in America, and then it kind of got echoed down to Jimmy Page and Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck and that they're putting a banjo string on the first string and then putting the rest of their guitar strings on and then chucking the 6th string away. So it's probably like a 8 you know, equivalent of a 7 gauge or 8 gauge. You know, if you think Led Zeppelin 1, that was probably done with 8 gauge strings. But yeah, Ernie Ball heard people were doing this and decided to make strings, and boom, the Slinky was made. So, and this is the Mega Slinky. So I won't even try putting the other ones, which are 11.5 to 50, I think, on here. That's a very thick string. So it's when I'm doing, especially like doing that kind of G minor shape 1 blues. Fair enough, I'm tuned to standard tuning, and Stevie Ray was tuned to E flat, but when you think he was using 13s, like, and then I think when he cleaned up, he went down to 11s, I think 11 to 52 or something. So probably equivalent to that Mega Slinky. Not Mega Slinky, the Power Slinky, I think it's called. Hang on a minute, let me double check. I haven't got the 11 gauge one, but I do have the Primo Slinky, which is 9.5. That's 9.5 to 44. And then they sent me the Mammoth Slinky, which is 12 to 62. I won't be using that. You know, be completely destroy my veins and my tendons. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this, guys. Hope this was fun and a little bit informative, and you could hear the difference. Please let me know your thoughts if you could hear the difference from the compressed sound over YouTube. But you probably could see the gurning in my face that it was certainly different to play. And I like both. This guitar with normal 10s on feels quite slinky anyway, so that's why I was very intrigued to know what it was like having these 10.5 to 48s on. So even though the action's a little bit higher, I can still feel the strings a lot thicker, a lot thicker. I wonder if I can still do that Dave Gilmour. I can do it, you can certainly feel it. Lovely, cool guys, please let me know your thoughts. I love reading all the comments. Lots of love as always. Thanks to Dan from Strings and Things and Ernie Ball for sending these over so I could try these out. It's very kind. And I'll see you all soon. Lots of love. Mike Bradley signing out. Bye. The devil's on my side. Talking to myself again.